Making a video about the Macintosh. Hey guys, so about a week or two ago I was at the Vintage Computer Festival up in New Jersey. And while I was up there, I was able to score a Macintosh Plus. Now I thought it was a steal that I grabbed it for $15, but when I turned it on I quickly found out why. Yeah, the thing wouldn't even post. So in this vintage tech vlog, let's see if we can get it working. Let's go. Roll intro! So here we have a 1986 Macintosh Plus. Its specs include 1 MB of RAM, a Motorola 68000 processor, an 800K floppy disk drive, no internal hard drive, and an external SCSI port. So the first thing I'm going to do is lay down this towel and crack it open with a Torx T15 screwdriver. Yikes, I wasn't expecting something this bad. So it looks like the variable inductor that controls the width of the screen has somehow caught fire. Now I just have to remove these pop rivets to get to the PCB underneath. And yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to solder some jumper wires on. I'll start out by first discharging the anode on the CRT. And I'll try to get the glue off these components. After removing them from the board, I took a look at this variable inductor. It's a bit charred, but might still work if I solder a new leg onto the part with the affected wire. It looks like there was just some kind of nasty short between these three components. And after testing this capacitor, it seemed to be in pretty good spec, so I put it back on the board. And soldered a new leg on this variable inductor. Next I made some simple wire bridges where these traces had been burned off. And made a capacitor bank out of these 2200 microfarad capacitors, since I didn't have an adequate replacement cap. And when it came time to test, no screen. Though it did work if I jiggled the PCB around a bit. After a closer inspection of the PCB, it turned out some of the solder joints were cracked. More specifically, those that connect the Mac's analog board to its motherboard. And after test number 3, success. Now, it wouldn't be too terribly interesting to have a Mac lying around that doesn't have an operating system. So I decided to create a boot floppy using my Macintosh SE. I did this by formatting a high-density floppy disk with my Mac SE's SuperDrive, then using Transmac on my computer to copy the System 7 disk image for the Mac Plus onto the floppy disk. I then saved the System 7 disk image onto the Mac SE's hard drive, and turned the high-density floppy disk into an 800K floppy by covering one of the holes. After formatting the disk as double-sided 800 kilobytes, I wrote the disk image using the Mac SE using disk copy, and booted the Mac Plus with said disk image. And it worked! I left the case off, just in case I need to clean the heads of the floppy drive. And inside the case, you can see the signatures of the team that worked on the Macintosh. Now, time for a quick reassembly. And here it is, finally in working order. So, those of you with any former tech experience with the compact Macs may be wondering why I didn't just boot the machine off of SCSI. Yeah, I kinda left my SCSI stuff at work, along with my zip drives, so could have been a slightly easier process. Maybe I'll do a tutorial some other time explaining how to use SCSI with the old compact Macs. Alright, see you around.